Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
On our entertainment time coming out with another Hollywood Hot Topics. So we talk about the most salacious news in Hollywood. Okay, first I wanted to get into, you guys, is Christian Keys. So you know what's so crazy about this story? The day that it dropped, my little ass was on the way to an audition. I swear to God. Y'all can ask my Discord. If y'all in my Discord, y'all know. Literally that same day, that morning of, I'm driving, getting ready for an audition, and then I see this. I'm like, ooh, this must be a sign. But no, it was more than one person in that room. So nothing like that couldn't have happened or anything of that sort. But here's how I feel about the whole thing. Even before he did what he did recently, I didn't like what he did. The reason why I believe Cassie 100%, the way she did and dealt with the whole Diddy situation, I call it this. It's not even a word. She did this. You see this? There was no alluding. There was no hints. There was no shade thrown. None of that. She just did it, filed, that up and done. Run me that check. You did this. Here's the proof. Run me my coin. I don't get hopping on social media and alluding that there's somebody out there doing something that has done something to you, have proof of it, but you don't know if you should drop it or not. Because it does two things. One, it makes you look like your intentions are not right because it looks like you just want a payday. And two, the people that you've worked with, we're going to start looking at them. Oh, you did it. So, because now everybody is allegedly thinking that it's Tyler Perry, which hopefully it's not, because all of the shows and movies that he's created will be ruined if these voice messages are dropped, because he says he has voice messages of the whole entire thing.
All right. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing amazing. I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be appropriately.
Now, in these voice messages, I'm guessing it's several times he probably has been propositioned to have relations with the person that they're speaking of. Even Funky Dineva and Claudia, they went on Fox Soul and they sort of alluded to that it was Tyler. They sort of alluded to that it's him. They didn't, of course, say the name, or else they could get sued if it's not him, but they sort of alluded to it too. But he did like a tweet saying that it can't be him because he's working with him right now. If y'all don't know, All the Queen's Men is produced by Tyler Perry. I know Eva is somewhere mad right now because you putting her check in jeopardy. Because God forbid it is Tyler, that show is done and kaput. For real. Even now, even though it hasn't been confirmed, people are still side-eyeing him, which is wrong. I just don't think that it's fair to all of the people that you worked with in the industry for you to allude something. And recently he commented on a neighborhood talk. Now, this is what got me. I said, I know you lying. Bitch, nigga, you didn't even put out a statement. You came on a blog and you commented, if I say who it is, it will break your hearts, with eye emojis. My whole thing is, I feel like the only things that are like fair to allude to is like, let's say somebody's cheating, let's say somebody's stealing, but something so like serious, like somebody trying to come onto you forcefully or force you to do things, or like those type. I feel like you shouldn't allude to stuff like this. Because that's not funny. That's not a key. Like, that's nasty. Like, why would you do that? So the whole thing with people, this is to me coming off of, this is like a two-parter. This is to me the second part of the whole Will Smith thing, because y'all all saw that guy that sat down with Tasha K and that said that, Will Smith was getting, his Big Daddy case beaten in. And also, this is another part of, I believe, the whole Diddy situation. I guess he's trying to do his own Diddy situation in the acting world. Which, like I said, if he did it like Cassie, I would respect it a whole lot more. Because these niggas do be taking advantage. Now, listen, y'all know I'll be doing my little, auditioning and all that type of stuff, whatever, right? I've never heard of anybody being propositioned as a guy. When it comes to a girl, hell yes. The amount of videos that are shot down here and the stories that I hear from friends that model for these videos, that do background work for these videos is crazy. They'll feed you, they'll give you like a whole lot of alcohol, no food. I know specific names, but I'll be damned if I say it on here, bitch. Sorry. Okay. And then friends of mine have told me they've been told like, hey, like for certain videos, like, oh, take your shirt off. It's by the pool. Come on, it's fine. She getting topless. Why can't you? Like kind of forcing them to do like certain things, but then some of them do it, some of them didn't, and some of them end up leaving some of these videos. So it usually happens, in my opinion, a lot of the time in revolving music, not more so acting. Of course, it happens when it comes to acting as well, but more so, in my opinion, when it comes to music. Do I believe that something did happen to him? Hell yes. I just feel like he's using it as leverage, because as you see in that video, because there's a longer version of it, he got super emotional. So he can't be that good of an actor to really tarnish his image like that. Because if he's making all of this up, nobody's going to really want to work with him. Because eventually he's going to have to come out and say something, because you can't edge us all like this. You can't lead us on and not tell us what's really going on. When it comes to people, I feel like in the acting industry, I feel like people are getting sick and tired. We see what happened with the strike, and we also see what happened with, of course, some of these famous actors coming out and not being happy with the wages that they're being paid. So I feel like it's a little bit of both of what actually happened to him in the past and him keeping record of it, and two, him probably not being happy financially also. Because I'm gonna do a little personal story. I ain't gonna say no names though. There's somebody down in Suffalo, right? This lady passed away. This guy opens a theater and he does black plays as well, and he also does like white plays as well. Meaning, like, when I say black plays, I mean black themed plays, and of course, yeah, all other type of plays as well. And literally, the theater is still coined after the black lady that passed away. The black actors for the black plays, he doesn't even pay them. And I'm like, the nerve of you, nigga, for you to let these do this for free and not give them coin. And you literally took a building over from a deceased black woman. Where are the reparations? It's like the nerve of you. You honky. Like, I couldn't, like, when I really found that out, I was gagged. I really was. Because I've had people that I know that have worked with that theater and stuff like that. So it low-key broke my heart to know stuff like that goes on, and doing some of this stuff. Like, I'm kind of seeing how, like, you could easily get finessed and finagled. So you really gotta be careful on how you move. Okay, but I do hope he does come out with the name and file a suit before more stuff is posted on Instagram, because it's stupid. Like, we're not trying to play a guessing game about who's sexually harassing you. Like, that's not even fair. Like, that's crazy. Okay. Now, Soulja Boy, you guys, baby mom is, trying to go the legal route with Blueface, because she's saying that she never let Blueface smash. Blueface never got the Big Debbie cakes. She put out a statement and said, the statements being made about me are defamatory and false, and my lawyers have said a cease and desist to Blueface. Now, Blueface, you must be the corniest nigga. Because if you're really lying about something like that and you were so adamant that you smashed her in her dungarees and you never touched that lady, that's corny as hell. And that shows me you don't know how to communicate. Because if you had to go to something that was a complete made up lie, that's ridiculous. And that shows me something was wrong with you mentally, low key. Because I really did believe that he slept with Blueface, that he slept with Soulja Boy baby mama. Because it's like, it is a small industry and people do get around. So I wouldn't have been surprised if something did happen between them. So the fact that it might be Cap, Blueface, you need to get sued for that. And it further pushes the fact that Blueface took the L when it came to their argument. Now he will beat Soulja Boy's ass. I do agree with that 100%. I don't think they're ever gonna link up. I think Soulja Boy is scared of him. I don't know why Soulja Boy tries to play all tough, like he's about that life when it comes to Blueface. Because I think Blueface is actually about that life. That's why I think he's dumb. Because you're on probation. So that life, you need to retire. So for the time being until you're off of it. And then you could go back to living that life. But he's so schoolyard that, he never leaves the campus. So I don't think they're ever gonna ever link up. I feel like Zeus is probably gonna get involved, and they're gonna probably end up doing like some boxing match or some stupid stuff like that. But meeting in person, no. If they didn't sleep together, I feel like she has all rights to sue because you publicly embarrassed her. The type of stuff he tweeted, you guys, he basically said that he, squirted his mayonnaise all on her face from his Subway sandwich. He had his Subway sandwich all up through her mouth. The baby that she had might be his because he left the Subway sandwich and her pastrami when he released, the mayonnaise in there, right? So the fact that he could say all of this and they probably never even met each other is crazy, and it shows the type of nigga he is. I mean, look at this tweet, y'all. He says D all on cub breath. He might tell a joke, but he might tell a lie. He retweeted this. He said, Soulja Boy, what your BM doing on all fours? Soulja kissing D every time he see his child. Might be my kid. He didn't even get a DNA test. Soulja Boy couldn't F Jaden in the dark if she thought it was me. And this was about 2 days ago he started doing all of this. I just hope the nigga don't go to jail after that, pushing that white girl Salt Lake, because that's going to be crazy. Now, next I want to get into, y'all, is Carlos. So Carlos did an interview with Quad, which I mentioned earlier. Quad is such an actress. You need to apply for Tubi like yesterday. This girl brought up everything from Angela Stanton, Mariah, and it all. They talked about it, everything. Now, what irritated me is I feel like she still didn't take accountability for how she got to where she is now, and not even that, what she did to Mariah. He asked her at one point, he was like, oh, could you see, the same thing that happened to Mariah happened to you? She's like, I could see it. No, be like, no, I understand now what she's been through. Like, let's really just talk, okay? Stop using, the words to kind of pass by, pussyfoot around the whole situation. Like, it's really irritating that she does stuff like that to me, because it's like you're insulting our intelligence. You're trying to say that we're not. When we all could see what happened. Somebody commented something on my video that made a lot of sense. I feel like the producers wanted to get rid of Quad, and they did use the cast to make it happen. Because at one point, she basically told the producers to kiss her ASS. Now, Carlos, you're going to become a YouTuber, a beefing YouTuber soon. Your name is going to be tarnished and not being respected. Because them lives that you doing with Heavenly, they getting a little bit hot. Because Heavenly was mad at the interview. Heavenly felt like the interview that he did with Quad was biased. And he was a fan. I agree 100%. And Carlos has a tendency to do this because he's too personable. There's a good thing with being personable, but he's too personable to where sometimes in his interviews, it looks like he's fangirling instead of being an unbiased person asking questions that we all want to know. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I agree with Heavenly when it comes to that. Because Heavenly was really, really pissed at him during that whole video. They recap like the shows and stuff together like every Sunday. And you could kind of tell Heavenly was not playing in that video and that it was past her trying to be funny. Like she genuinely was pissed as hell at Carlos. And Carlos was throwing some good shots back and forth. They're good at the ping pong with the shade. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're really good at the ping pong with the shade because Carlos basically called out Heavenly for being hypocritical because she tried to get ahead of the story, which both of them tried to get it ahead of the story. Quad got ahead of the story too. We would not have known that she was going to be out of the show until she said something on an Instagram comment, and then it went viral, and then we knew that Quad not coming back to Merit the Medicine for this season. Had Heavily not tweeted that, we wouldn't have known that that scene was going to be really sad about how they kicked her off of the show. So both of them kind of think alike and they kind of move similar because they both got ahead of the story. Quad just did it first. Okay? Now, Quad, in my opinion, would be just fine without Bravo. I think this show, her leaving this show would be really good for her. Like, she really isn't married to medicine, my love. And so is Phaedra. Phaedra needs to leave too. Because the concept of the show is being married to medicine. So it's kind of like you're not married to medicine. Like you're not even in the medical field. So how is it fair for you to be on the show? It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, her exposing Phaedra and talking about the lady who wrote the book, okay? Angela. That part was funny to me because I feel like, Quad is using Phaedra as a little bit of a scapegoat, as her being a little bit shady and everything like that. But you still got to take responsibility for you not being in that group. Like, let's not act like it's all Phaedra's part. Do I think Phaedra played a part in it? Hell yes. That Phaedra's sneaky. That's what you get for trusting her. You done see what she did to Candy. Okay, she was best friends with Candy. Next thing you know, she's saying she R. Kelly and people and Bill Cosby and people and putting Mickeys in people's drinks and things. And you think that she may have not been an influence with you being out of the group? Are you crazy? Phaedra was on the phone with Heavenly being like, "Ooh, honey, I was on the phone with Quad, and she told me that she doesn't really like you guys, and she doesn't think she fits in, and she thinks that you guys need her. What do you think about that?" And Heavenly, like, who does she think she is? Quad, who is she? Wait, Phaedra, you think she said that for real? Who is she talking to me? Heavily reacted like that. And Heavily started to get a little pissed because she felt a little size. Like, hey, don't size me. We might need you for this show, but hey, now you still not married to medicine. And that was really about it. I did see her with Oliver. Shout out to Oliver, Twitch. Okay. And it looks like she's gonna be starting up a YouTube, so I'm not too surprised at that. The girls run to the tube once they get off of reality television. Not gonna lie, I peeped that pattern. They run to YouTube when reality television is done. They say, "Hey, y'all not gonna put me on camera? I'm gonna put my own stuff on camera. I put myself at the house, okay?" So good luck to Quad. She'll be okay. I'm gonna miss her acting though. Okay. Now, Vanshay, another actress. This to me was insane when I seen it. So y'all know how she has been going through with Gunplay, and we all know Gunplay, I guess, allegedly was abusive to her. Allegedly went back on the powdered donuts. She posts this video of another man holding their kids. The jokes write themselves. Regardless of what, let's say if you agree with her having a stepdad in the life, I feel like not everything needs to go on social media. Why would you post this? knowing how this man acts, knowing how this man's mental health gets, knowing how he'd be doing powder donuts as you claim, why would you post this? Now you know one of the homeboys gonna send it to him, and you know who it's gonna be. It's gonna be chaotic, messy ass. He's gonna be the first one to text it to Gunplay. The moment he seen that video, chaotic gonna text it to him. Chaotic's the messiest girl of them all. Okay, you know he gonna send it right to Gunplay, and Gunplay is gonna see it. And I just feel like you're putting your child and yourself in danger, and this man in danger as well, because at the end of the day, regardless of what y'all go through, that's his bloodline. So just be respectful in the fact to not post something like this, so you don't have more issues than what you guys already have. Because then if something happens, you're gonna go on the internet, cry wolf, which you do have the right to do, especially because he still, in my opinion, doesn't have a right to physically hurt any of you guys. But why would you trigger a situation that's already bad? I just don't get that. Vanshi, I'm not a big fan of. Just watching Love Hip Hop Miami and skimming through it because y'all know improv. I just feel like she came and got with Gunplay with an agenda. I feel like she kind of knew what she was doing with kind of locking him down. She wanted the limelight, she wanted the fame and everything, and she literally got what she needed, but she didn't think he was going to turn back to the donuts. I think that's what, like, it shocked her. Okay? Now, Cardi B, you guys, is back since crying on the gram. You know who Cardi looks like? Cardi looks like Judy from BGC7 now. Y'all know Judy with the Chinese eyes, and she always used to be drinking. She looks like Judy. Hi, Judy. Okay, I'm glad that she is good and better in spirits. She just needs to stop touching her face. That's my only critique. Just stop touching your face. Okay, like, I'm very, very scared of the route that is going down, because those shades tell me a lot. You could probably touch this one and crying a whole lot. But yeah, stop touching it. Okay? Let me know what you guys think about some of these topics and this video. This was like a little quick Hollywood Hot Topics, okay? Let me know what you guys think down below, and we're out, babies.
No, personal thing.